Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. Today we're taking a look at the final prices from Morphy's April of 2019 spring auction, and we'll jump right in with one that actually didn't sell. The very last model of Pryse needle rifle, the 1874, did not sell. Generally means that the reserve price was higher than the highest bid. I don't know what the reserve is, and I don't know what the actual bids were, because I wasn't actually watching this item directly, and they don't publicize that information. So we do have another Needlefire in this auction that we took a look at. That was the Carcano 1844/67, and that one sold for right about at what I would have expected, $2,400. Now these prices do include a 23% buyer's premium over the hammer price. That is Morphy's standard 20% premium plus an additional 3% for paying by credit card, or backwards, 23% less 3 as a discount if you pay by cash or wire. So anyway, we do have a couple of Civil War era carbines that we took a look at. The Armstrong and Taylor was estimated a bit lower than $6 grand and sold better than expected. The Lee, which I think is the more interesting of the guns because of its connection to firearms development, this one went for more money, $7,700, but this was actually a bit lower than its estimate. If I remember correctly, it was estimated at $10,000 to $15,000. So hopefully someone will enjoy those. The Pauly Shotgun is, I think, a awesome opportunity for someone who's interested in getting a good exemplar of very early firearms development. Pauly was instrumental in development of the cartridge and doesn't get a lot of recognition for it. As I said in the video, his guns aren't in all that much demand, and so someone at $5,500 out of pocket got a nice deal on that. Now this thing, this huge .577 caliber revolver, went for like 5 times its high estimate. Clearly there were 2 people who both had some money to spend and both really wanted that, because they don't actually show up very often, and they duked it out and it went to $26,000. Holy cow, you could have gotten, what, 6 boys anti-tank rifles for that. These 2 went for basically the same amount each, the Mark I and the Mark I Star. These are both registered destructive devices because they are still chambered for 55 boys, which is over 0.50 inch. Those can be rechambered for 50 BMG and they lose the destructive device status. Anyway, moving on to some Ingram submachine guns. There were a whole bunch in this auction, and in general, they didn't do all that well. A lot of them failed to sell. All 3 of these did sell, and remember that these prices are all out-the-door prices with premium, and they all include suppressors. So you'll have to pay $400 in tax stamps on each of those, but this whole auction, I think, was a pretty good opportunity for someone who wanted good condition, good quality Ingram machine pistols or submachine guns. The M10 here in the briefcase didn't sell at all. It's interesting to me what did and didn't. A lot of the lower end RPB and Cobra ones did sell, but the actual Ingrams did not. Weird, I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. The MP35 sold for about what I would have expected, what the estimate would have expected as well. As a German interwar submachine gun, it will bring less than an MP40, but more than a lot of other guns because it is really quite nice and German. I think the market in heavy machine guns is in a bit of a depression at this point, or maybe just a permanent decline from a previous high. A lot of those are coming on the market, and there aren't that many people who are interested in them today as there used to be. So $16,600 out the door for a heavy machine gun like that Hotchkiss, I think in many ways is a really good deal. Now the ABS-36 is going to bring some more money. This one's an interesting conundrum because it's an extremely scarce rifle. There are very few of these on the American registry, but it's also kind of a pretty niche sort of thing. I mean, how many people want a select fire Russian pre-World War II combat rifle? Well, not as many people clearly as wanted an 8mm Bren gun. Now this was gorgeous. It had a matching spare barrel and a whole bunch of accessories. It was an awesome example of the type, probably the best one you'll ever see, and hence it brought money as you would kind of expect for that. The Hotchkiss revolving cannon is an interesting one to me. It was estimated at like 1/3 of this price, which I suspect was deliberately low to encourage bidding. And it went for $135,000, which to my mind is, I mean, in this realm, that's not bad. It's less than a lot of Gatling guns seem to be going for, and I think it's a more interesting gun, especially with the historical provenance that it has. They had a number of other cannons. This Driggs went for $46,000, and there were a couple other breech loading type cartridge cannons in this auction. So good selection for someone who is interested in that type of gun. I was really curious to see what Khrushchev's, Nikita Khrushchev's presentation shotgun was going to go for, and turns out it didn't sell. So someone had an overly optimistic view of what that would bring. I'm sure we'll see this come up in a subsequent auction, presumably with a lower reserve, and then we'll find out what people actually value it at. We do have a couple of basically commercial guns here. The Heim SR30 straight pull bolt action rifle went for $2,300, again after that 23% buyer's premium. Yes, you can get these brand new, but hey, you can also get them right now. So someone wanted that. The Silent Destroyer, I think, is someone got a really cool deal on. $1,600 plus a $200 tax stamp for the suppressor. That's a really neat little gun, and I think whoever bought that, hopefully will really enjoy it. Just a very cool concept, like the modernized Delisle carbine. We had one sniper rifle that we did a video on for this auction. That was $7,500 for an Israeli Mauser, model 66. $7,500 seems to kind of be the ballpark for modern, high-end, legitimate, authentic sniper rifles, kind of the $5,000 to $10,000 range. So that didn't surprise me all that much. And then lastly, the Smith 3566, which went a bit higher than I would have expected. It is important to remember that this did come with, I think it was like 600 rounds of 356 TSW ammunition, which is getting a little tricky to find all original factory ammo. So that certainly helped drive that price up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching all the videos from this auction series, and also enjoyed getting a chance to take a look at what they all actually sold for. Stick around and we'll be back with some more cool stuff. Thanks for watching.